Good morning, Pontypool. You're listening to Beacon Radio. And our top story today, the alarming rise in missing cats.
Don't
say nothing. Don't breathe a word. That's what it says on the poster. So best keep it that way. Yeah, it was based on a radio play, actually. I think the writer took a lot of inspiration from that play and the film, which was a Canadian film from the early noughties, I think. So yeah, it's got a lot, and sonically, I think that's what Dan, the director, had in mind. You know, how to create a sort of an immersive experience that you might get with a radio play, but to bump it up a little bit and create a bigger landscape, a bigger cosmology.
It is bonkers, and for that reason it's lovely as well, because it's so different, you know, and that's the thing, when you've got a chance to do something that aspires to be something outside of the norm, whatever that is, it's a pleasure to be in. I can't be as blasé to say, do you mean, it's obviously there's different cultures and different traditions of theatre, and they might look at it differently. But in the UK, I can't think of anything. When we have that horror style, you know, it tends to be a lot more subtle, more in the vein of Woman in Black and that sort of thing. But to be a bit graphic and blunt, that's nice.
So at the beginning you don't know what you're going to get, because the characters don't know what they're going to get, but it's just trying to keep that balance, that sort of theatricality still.
For me, personally, I think when you get a script that works on one level that you can just accept and enjoy and have a great night, but if you're inclined, and hopefully every audience member would have a different impression and they can get different layers. And for me as an actor, I always judge the quality of the script by the sense of, if you're running and you're still discovering new things and you think, oh, actually that line is really pertinent today or this week in the world we live in, you know, politically and economically and with everything else that goes on, and the power of the media, you know, the power of the spoken word and what we do, and us as a human species, how we're retrograde in our evolution of understanding. So there's a lot there. You can take the first layer or you can delve a bit deeper.
Yeah, it's just this crazy, washed-up guy coming to work with two quite sort of harried individuals, and all hell breaks loose. At the beginning, it kind of feels like a mountain you're going to climb, but you know, it's just like it becomes a big, immersive, adrenalized buzz. You know, you can't buy that really. It's great fun for an actor, I think.
I'm Grant Massey, and as always...
I mean, it's been a long time in the making for Dan and HEFIN and the team, but again, it sits differently now because of the last 5 years, you know, and sometimes things just sit in that time and place, and this really does. There's lots of humour, isn't there? And I think that's the difference as well between perhaps the Canadian version and the Welsh. There's lots of Welsh implicit dark humour in it, which we like so well. We relish, we don't like, we love it, and it's there. And you're right, it gives you that level as well, you know, and you can just go from one emotion to the other very quickly.
Don't breathe a word.
That's a lovely big space, and very, you know, it's got good acoustics for because it was a rehearsal room, and I think they got the balance just right in there. It's great that a place like the Millennium Centre has a studio space that they can do that kind of work in, you know. Yeah, hopefully there'll be more plays done in there.
It's my second production. I'm really pleased with the WMC becoming a production house, and not just being a production house, but really grasping something that's Welsh and different and unique, and being bold as well. And just the whole atmosphere in the building has changed with the foyer, the box, platform radio. It's been a lovely rehearsal time and a lovely chance to perform. It still has that breadth, isn't it? And it's really ironic when we're walking in the corridor and we can have Wicked coming over the tannoy, and the show relay. But that's the beauty of it. You got Wicked there, and you've got us doing a little shenanigans next door.
Good morning, Pontypool. You're listening to Beacon Radio. And our top story today, the alarming rise in missing cats. I'm Grant Massey, and as always...